Good morning. Today is Monday, April 4th, 2022, 4422. So, when reading the lesson for today, the message for today, I wanted to share. So, whenever I share our daily bread, I am not going to actually monetize this. I just want someone to come in straight and listen. This may help somebody, and that's my sole purpose here anyway. Some things, I monetize. Like I said, I get a check. I don't want to keep saying that, but I'm just trying to place emphasis on the fact that I just want to help somebody. And I remember the pastor says that you can't help everybody, but the people that the Lord wants you to help, He's going to put them in your path. And so I want to use this as another avenue because I'm down in the dirty, dirty South. I'm in Louisiana. And so many people, and that's for most of us, we'll never meet. But if we can help them, let's do it. So it talks about wise counsel. Bible in a year, read Ruth 1 through 4, chapters 1 through 4, and then Luke chapter 8. 1 through 25. And the reading today is from Exodus 18 and 18. It says, "The work is too heavy for you. You cannot handle it alone." Today's scripture and insight comes from Exodus chapter 13, verses 13 through 22. And it says, "While attending seminary, I was working full time. Add to that a chaplaincy rotation and an internship at a church. I was busy. When my father visited me, he said, 'You're going to have a breakdown.' I shrugged off his warning, thinking he was of another generation and didn't understand goal setting. I didn't have a breakdown, but I did experience a very rough, dry season in which I fell into depression. Since then, I've learned to listen to warnings, especially from loved ones, more carefully. That reminds me of Moses' story. He too was diligently working, serving as Israel's judge. That's in Exodus 18:13. Yet he chose to listen to his father-in-law's warning. That's verses 17 through 18. Jethro wasn't in the thick of things, but he loved Moses and his family and could see trouble ahead. Perhaps that's why Moses was able to listen to Jethro and heed his advice. Moses set up a system for capable men from all the people to take on the smaller disputes, and he took the more difficult cases. That comes from verses 21 and 22. Because he listened to Jethro, rearranged his work, and entrusted others to shoulder the load, he was able to avoid burnout during that season of life. Many of us take our work for God, our families, and others seriously, passionately, but we still need to heed the advice of trusted loved ones and to rely on the wisdom and power of God in all we do. And that's by Katara Patton. So it says, reflect and pray. Whose voice can you trust to remind you to serve wisely? What mechanisms do you have in place to avoid burnout? When did you implement them last? Almighty God, thank you for allowing me to serve you in many ways. As I passionately care for others, teach me to also work wisely so that I'll have energy to do what you want me to do. And when I read that, I was like, wow. I hear a lot of people, especially when I'm watching YouTube videos, talk about all the things that they do, especially, and I'm going to be honest, it's mostly the women. And it's women who are also mothers. We take up on the role of doctor, confident, social worker, psychologist. I mean, a plethora of job functions that we have. And all of that, it's the love that we have for the people that keeps us going. But I remember, I told y'all I had a full-time job, a part-time job. I was a full-time student, and I was pregnant with my son all at the same time. And I remember this lady said, baby, you got to take care of yourself. She said, because what happens to you if you get where you can't do all these things that you're doing? You have to realize that you can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure, no matter who you are, sometimes there are going to be things that you're going to have to delegate to someone else. And you know, we delegate authority, not responsibility. So like he said here, Moses took care of the most difficult things because that's what he was responsible for. But the little menial tasks, he could actually give those to others to perform. And so I have that problem sometimes. Like when I'm in a situation, I want to kind of like take control and force the outcome, and I'm realizing more and more that sometimes you just got to go through the process, take things one day at a time, one step at a time. Because I'll be working on one thing and think about, oh, I need to start this, and I start on that, and so you know it becomes overwhelming. It really does. And I've learned, and this lady told me, she said, you just focus on one thing, we'll help out or whatever, you know. And I get that now, and I understand you can't be everywhere, you can't do everything for everybody because you're not God. And I remember when I was taking a psychology class, we had to read this book, When I Say No, I Feel Guilty, I think was the name of it. I'm gonna look it up before I post it. Well, if I can't find it now, I'll post it later if I do this video today. But I just wanted to, when I saw this, I said, somebody besides myself need to hear this. Remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot. Don't run yourself raggedy. Spend some time with the Lord. Plan out your day. And that's something that I lack, because well, I do have everything written down what I need to do, the task I need to do at work, but I really don't do it at home. So, you know, and try to, that's my problem. I want everything right now, and I got to learn that everything goes through a process. You know, you take one step at a time. Changing out from winter to spring, summer clothing, and then, you know, being in that era where it's maybe 30 degrees, 32 degrees, 40 in the morning, so it's kind of cool, and then by lunch it's 70. Well, you want to wear short sleeve shirts with a jacket, a little thin jacket. But that's what we do. That's down south. That's how it is here. But I hope this helps somebody. Like I said, just remember, you know, to take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself. If you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, just take a deep breath. Sometimes I would get my lunch and I just go sit in the park and watch people throw ball or sit and talk. People watch is what I would do. But now with, you know, sometimes things happen in the park that are criminal activities or just improper. I've started staying, you know, working through, most days I'm working through lunch. So, but anyway, that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to start getting out of the office. I thought about that, getting out of the office for lunch, and maybe going looking in the stores and see if I can find some good sales, you know. I saw a man, and I've seen that man twice when I've done this. Burlington here opens up at 8 in the morning, and there's a guy, he go through there, and now you know this guy has a store or something, because what he does is he goes through literally, y'all, every aisle. Because I watched him one time. I was like, what is he doing? He goes through every aisle, every clothing rack in there. I've seen him twice. One time it was on the weekend, and one time it was during the week we were off for some holiday. Y'all, he literally went through each aisle. I guess he was looking for things that were marked down real low, because I found things as low as shirts as low as $3.99 in Burlington before. So, I mean, that's his hustle, that's his business. I understand, but I'm just saying, you know, going that early, if he has a business, it's not that many people, and so you got to choose what works for you. Like, I know that if I'm not out of the house by 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, I don't usually go shopping. I tell my brother, y'all know I take him to the store. If I'm going shopping, grocery shopping on a Saturday morning, I want to be out in the stores at 7 o'clock. because I want the things that haven't been picked over by everybody. And if I go out on a Sunday, I go right after we get out of church, and we out of church at 10:30, between 10:30 and 11 and 10:45. So I like to go early like that, because to avoid the crowd, like I said, and avoid everything being picked over. So, you just got to find things that work best for you. If you need to get to work on time, maybe get up and leave 30 minutes earlier. Or if the kids slow you down in the morning, have all this stuff ready at night. It's just little things you can do to make things easier. And I've learned from me, like, if I don't go ahead and take care of the necessities, like things I want to take, like today I got to take my apples. I may take like half of them for the week, and then my new fresh bag of peanuts. So if I don't do that early, I'll forget something. Like one day last week, I actually left my cell phone at home, and I just did not have enough time to come back and get it because I had somewhere I had to be. And so I ended up going all day without a cell phone. And guess what? It wasn't bad. It wasn't. So, and half the day I wasn't even near phone, but I made it, and things are going to happen, and there will be things that happen outside of your control, but you got to find ways to make things work for you, I mean, moral ways, what I'm saying? Ways that don't harm anybody, but I'm just saying, and this is something I want to stress too. You don't have to manipulate situations. You don't have to, be conniving and go around trying to steal your way through life and stuff like that. You have to live your life godly. Trust God, and things will work out in your favor. How I know? Because I tried him. That's what I'm trying to get people to see. I'm not coming here talking about something that I haven't been through. I've been broke. I've had to get, and I'm just keeping it real, because people need to hear the real, because you could help somebody. I've had to go get payday loans before. I think I may have told y'all about that. I had 2 kids in school at one time. Yes, I've gotten, and I had my son. He was a toddler, infant. So yes, I've gotten payday loans before. I've had to get loans from finance companies. The interest was really, really high. That's why I'm telling you, make sure as young people, keep your credit straight. You living in you renting somewhere, pay your bills on time. Don't go out buying things, frivolous things that you really don't need. I've seen people where they're relying on government assistance, but every time the new Jordans out there, standing in line for the new Jordans. Get your kids a nice pair of shoes that's going to be comfortable on their feet. I've never bought my son on the first day the Jordans come out, a new pair of Jordans. If that's your thing, that's fine. But I'd rather him have a bank account where if something happened to me, he can survive for a few months on his own. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the level we have to be on. We live in the here and now. We have to plan. Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. All right, y'all. I'm rambling. I probably got off subject, but I just wanted to help somebody this morning. Y'all, today is Monday. It's a new week, new week, another day, new grace and new mercy. And if you're trying to die, or if you got something that you've been trying to work on and you feel like you failed, it's a new day. Start over. Start fresh today, or pick up where you left out. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Love y'all. Have a fantastic week. Much love. Bye.